Some of you might get really triggered by this, but this is the reality of some people, unfortunately. It's a very religious one, okay, I'll say, but it had more so to do with culture than religion. I had a request to make 2 different wedding cakes. One for the men's side, one for the women's. The one that I originally thought was for the women's side was actually for the men's side because it had so many custom requests. On the day of delivery was when I found this out. I was setting it up on the women's side, and I had one of the females walk up to me and tell me, no, this one's for the men's, this one's for the women's. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. Now the women's side is a very religious one. Religious. Had more so to do with culture than religion, I'll tell you that. I'm setting it up on the men's side now, where they had alcohol, where they had outside, okay? And the women's side, needless to say, was as basic can get. No music, smaller, white tablecloths. They were whispering so that the men don't hear them. I'm getting a little irritated. The men's side, on the other hand, had music, had alcohol on their tables, had everything you could imagine for any wedding to be fun, I guess you would say, right? As I'm setting up, one of the guys walk up to me. He goes, "Sister, you should cover your head. You know, in Islam, this and that." Ooh, 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 ooh. And this guy reeks of alcohol. So I was like, listen, I don't need you to teach me. Maybe if you lowered your gaze, I wouldn't have to cover up, you know? It kind of goes both ways. And sir, I can smell the alcohol on you. I did not drink. As he's like falling. As I walked out, the groom approaches me and he goes, "I will ensure that I leave a juicy review, or I will tell everybody at this wedding to ensure that you never find business again. How dare you speak to my guests that way, blah, blah, blah," as if I'm some peasant that has no right to speak. And I was like, sir, everything that's happening here has nothing to do with religion. It's all cultural bullshit. Why are your women out on the other side? No music. Fine, I get that. That's all good. No music. Okay, fine. They're whispering. It's basic. It's like everything is white. Nothing. Like no lights, nothing. Just to have people come down and feed them. It's fine. It's good. But then you should do the same thing. Why is there music on your side? Why is there alcohol here? It's misogyny at its finest, okay? And he's like, "How dare you speak to me that way?" I got a little scared, I'm not gonna lie, because he looked like he was about to me. And I was like, dude, back up. You yourself smell like alcohol. Why? This has nothing to do with religion and everything in this room reeks of misogyny and culture. This is not okay. I'm like getting irritated as I'm talking about this because it was so wrong. It was so wrong. That's not even the worst part. This guy says a bunch of things, okay? In this surah, it says this. In this surah, it says this. Da, 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 da. Okay. Why aren't you following it? Anyways, whatever. I walk out. I leave. Then the bride follows me out. And she's looking at me like I'm like something so disgusting. She goes, "Do you know what the difference is between a candy that's in a wrapper and stays in a wrapper and a candy that's out and rolls on the floor, collects all the dirt? That's you." I said, "Really, you little fucking pressure cooker? All of this will catch up to you because what's happening here, you are condoning it. What part of this is religion? This is all cultural bullshit. They have alcohol on the other side. You're not going to stand here and talk to me like that. I will ensure nobody ever calls you for business. As she starts shouting at me, I'm like, all that internal anger has nothing to do with me, ma'am. It has everything to do with you not being able to speak to your husband openly about all the bullshit that's unfolding before your eyes. You sure you want to get married? Okay, at this point, I didn't care. I was like, fuck you. Okay, and everyone else who's condoning this. Her bridesmaids walk out. Now, I know these girls knew better because they're just like, we're so sorry. It's just been a tough, I don't give a fuck. This was hard for me to watch. I can't imagine her actually internalizing all this bullshit. In what world do you make it okay for yourself? How do you make sense of something like that? I wasn't going to talk about this, but that was some bullshit. They had music on the men's side. They had alcohol. He didn't even care about her enough to get her a cuter cake. Guys, as simple gets. Like, imagine just a 1-tier cake with like 3-4 layers. It had 4 layers and it was white. That's it. It was just white. They had a 2-tier cake with gold foil on it. Like, as pretty can get. Like, this shit is not okay. This shit is not okay. And there's so many things that I have seen with these men. But fuck, I'm done.